Hello, friends. This is Shashi Agarwal, Economics and Law Classes. I welcome you all. Today, our topic is infrastructure in Indian economy, and it is relevant for the student of Indian economy, sectoral development and policy in India, and also for the student who are preparing for UGC and various competitive exam. If you find my video useful, please do like it, share it, and also subscribe my channel, Shashi Agarwal. So this is my app which you could download from Google Play Store. It provides free study material and free mock test to the student of commerce, economics and management and many structured courses in economics, commerce and management. They are also available. Indian economy, sectoral development, macroeconomics, microeconomics, managerial economics, development economics, they all are available in the form of structured courses. So first of all, India, we will understand the importance of infrastructure. As protein is the lifeline of human body. In the same way, infrastructure is the lifeline of economy. The prosperity of a country depends upon the development of agriculture and industry. And agriculture production require irrigation, power, credit, and transport facility. In the same way, industrial production require not only machinery, energy, banking, transport, insurance facility, marketing facilities, transport services which includes railway, roads, shipping, communication facility. All those facility and services which help in the growth of industry and agriculture is known as the infrastructure of economy. The economy wants to grow its industrial and agriculture sector. It should have a sound and solid infrastructure. The development and expansion of these facilities, they are the essential precondition. They are the essential prerequisites for increasing the agriculture and industrial production in a country. In a way, we could say the prosperity of a country uh, depends upon the solid infrastructure in the economy. The government of India has always given priority to the development aspect of the sector. But still, if we could say the infrastructure is a very important sector and the government of India has always given priority to it, but still it is not but the investment which is made in the Indian infrastructure, it is not up to the point. The goods and services usually require higher investment. Considered essential for proper functioning of economy is called the infrastructure of economy. If we say the goods and services in which we have to make huge investment and they are very much needed for the proper functioning of the economy is known as the infrastructure of economy. So generally, when we talk about the infrastructure, so there are three sectors which are considered as the infrastructure universal around the world: power, transport, and communication. Infrastructure facility often referred to as the economic and social overhead. So we could define infrastructure is of two types: economic infrastructure, social infrastructure. So the economic infrastructure which directly support the economic growth. It provides support services such as energy, transport, communication. It improves the productivity level of agriculture and industry. So economic infrastructure plays a vital role in the prosperity of agriculture and industry. And when we talk about the social infrastructure, it improves the human productivity and efficiency through providing the facility of education, health, and housing, etc. So infrastructure facility, often referred to as economic and social overhead, consist of irrigation, including flood control, command area development, energy, koila, electricity, oil, and non-conventional sources. When we talk about transport, railway, roads, shipping, and civil aviation. Communication, post and telegraph, telephone, communication, etc. Banking, finance, and insurance, science and technology, social overheads, health and hygiene, and education. India stood 10th worldwide with respect to overall quality infrastructure environment in the country. India is expected to become the world's third largest construction market by 2020. And India will require investment worth rupees 50 trillion across infrastructure by 2020 for a sustainable development in the country. In the union budget, which was presented in 2021 to support initiatives such as Housing for All, Smart City Mission, the government allocated rupees 13,750 crore to Amrit and smart cities. So huge investment is needed in infrastructure, and the government is making huge investment in the development of infrastructure. Since infrastructure benefit the whole economy. Generally, it is said by the economist that the sector should be funded by the government by means of taxation, partly not wholly. Indian infrastructure is clearly overstrained, has suffered from underinvestment in the post reform period. Investment is made in the infrastructure by the public sector as well as by the private sector. Both complement to each other. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced rupees 100 lakh crore master plan for multimodal connectivity in October 2021 with the goal of developing infrastructure to reduce the logistic cost and improve the functioning of the economy. The infrastructure in India is estimated to grow at a compound annual growth rate of approximately 7% during the forecast period. The government has plans to invest about Indian rupees 102 lakh crore on infrastructure project by 2024 and 25. The 5-year long National Infrastructure Pipeline will enter its second year in financial year 21, during which 19 lakh 50,397 crore are to be invested. About 19.5 lakh crore has budgeted during the financial year. Urban infrastructure, road transport, energy, and railway account for about 70% of the allocation in the budget 2020. About 42% of the project in the National Infrastructure Pipeline National Infrastructure Pipeline are under implementation. During the fiscal 2020 to 25 sectors such as the energy 24%, roads 19, urban 16%, railway 13%, amount to around 70% of the projected capital expenditure in infrastructure in India. Sometimes, what are the features of the infrastructure? Sometimes a natural monopoly like railway was also for the aviation and telecom sector once upon a time. When we talk about the infrastructure sector, some costs are very high. It is the investment that once we make the investment, that cannot be recovered even when the firm go out of the business. If airport closed down, airstrips asphalt will have little or no value. Output is often non-tradable. A road, bridge, airport constructed at one place cannot be transferred to another place unlike a box of apple. They are not movable. They're fixed. Once they're constructed, they will be constructed at that place, which could not be transferred to another place like a box of apple. It is sometimes intangible in nature. We cannot touch electricity. Consumption is often not rival in nature. If one person uses road, bridge, or street light, it does not mean that the product is unavailable for other person. Price exclusion is often difficult. The person who's using road, street light, even even he has not paid any tax, but still we cannot deny the facility of road, street light to him. And it creates opportunities for other also. Like there is a new railway station or there is a new airport. So it will generate more business for taxis and hotel owners in the surrounding areas. Sector granted infrastructure stated by Finance Ministry, Department of Economic Affairs, roads and bridges, ports, shipyard, inland waterways, airport, railways, tunnel, bridges, transport and logistics, energy, electricity, oil, gas, water sanitation, water supply and treatment, sewage and solid waste management, and irrigation. Communication, telecommunications, social and commercial infrastructure, hospital, education institution, sports, infrastructure, tourism, hotel, road, cable car, etc. Industrial parks, food park, textile parks, special economic zones, etc., cold storage facilities, soil testing laboratories, and affordable housing. So these are the benefits of getting infrastructure status to any sector. Government provide them tax benefit, and government also provide lease of public land at a very minimum price. And there is a faster environment clearance and automatic foreign direct investment approval. RBI also relaxed external commercial borrowing norms. SEBI could also relax norms for real estate investment, infrastructure investment trust funds to help them mobilize capital easily for the infrastructure. Or we could say the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority could oblige insurance and pension company to invest minimum percentage in infrastructure company. And it also get easier funds from the World Bank and other multilateral banks. So these are the benefit of getting infrastructure status to any sector. So what is the relation between the infrastructure and economic development? Infrastructure boosts agriculture production. It also boosts industrial production. So any country's prosperity depends upon the solid infrastructure which we have present in the country. So it promotes the growth of agriculture and industry. It also generates employment. It improves mobility, of productivity, and efficiency of labor. It plays vital role in the development of trade and commerce, and it has significant impact on the economic growth. It also removes the poverty. It also removes the regional imbalances. It also acts as an instrument of social change. Now we will have a overview of different sectors of infrastructure. So first is energy. That is an important factor of infrastructure that affect the country's economic growth. If we don't have energy, sufficient energy, so economy cannot grow. So this is the biggest constraint in the country's economic growth if we don't have sufficient amount of energy. India is both a major and energy producer and energy consumer. India is world's fifth largest electricity producer, with Maharashtra leading the way among Indian states in terms of energy generation. So there is a direct relation between the degree of economic growth, size of per capita income, and per capita consumption. India has been responsible for more than 10% of the rise in world energy since 2000. In India, it has increased more than 60% per capita since 2000. Some energy sector problems are there, like fuel security concerns, transmission and distribution losses, and the financial health of state electricity distribution companies, interstate disputes, etc. So, health sector. It is estimated that Indian health sector will be worth US $280 billion by 2020. Hospitals, medical tourism, health insurance, medical equipment, telemedicine, outsourcing, clinical trials, and medical gadgets, they are all parts of India's healthcare industry. India's healthcare sector has made considerable progress in terms of health indicator, but still it has certain shortcoming in terms of service delivery. Education sector. The objective of education sector is to develop rational and logical thinking, developing of science and technology, and helping and controlling the major challenges and benefit the society. In India, the education sector is growing rapidly, and government is considering a number of measures to improve the India's educational quality. And primary education is becoming more popular. Road sector. India has the world's second largest road network with a total length of 6.4 million kilometers, comprising national and state highways, urban and rural routes. Every year, highways carry around 85% of the people and 70% of the freight traffic. Roads are classified as national highway and state highway for the purpose of construction and maintenance. Indian Railway. Now we will talk about the railway. Indian Railway is the country's lifeline. It is not just a passenger and freight transporter, but also a social welfare organization. It has extensive network. Indian Railway started its operation on April 16, 1853. Indian Railway operates the world's fourth longest rail network. It is under the single control and it is the second largest in Asia. Indian Railway is one of the largest network in the world. The Indian Railway network spans 12 lakh, sorry, 1 lakh 23,236 kilometer with 13,452 passenger trains, 9141 freight trains, transporting 23 million passengers and 3 million tons of freight daily from 7349 stops. It is known as the lifeline of India. It transports both freight and passenger. Now we will talk about the airports. The first airport in India was the Mumbai-based Juhu Aerodrome. Government of India first agreed to establish air routes between Mumbai and Calcutta in 1920, marking the beginning of air travels in India. Work on civil aviation started in 1924-25, but its progress was limited until the World War II broke. There was 153 airports in the country, but only 114 of 53 airports they were utilized for domestic flights. It is either owned by the Airport Authority of India or states in which they were located, or they were privately owned or a part of a joint venture. By 2020, India is expected to world's third largest aviation market. Travel and tourism will contribute US dollar 423.7 billion to the GDP by 2026. Ports. Port infrastructure is essential to every country's success. India's coastline is approximately 7,500 km long. Ports handle 90% of India's external trade by volume and 70% by value. On India's coast, there are 12 major ports and 205 minor ports. And now, in the last, it is the logistics. The development of the logistics sector is also extremely important for the Indian economy because it will boost export, creates job, and gives the country a prominent position in the global supply. The presence of robust logistics, related infrastructure, and effective logistic management system promote the without any obstruction transfer of commodity from the point of origin to the point of consumption.